Welcome. We are from the Wood Memorial Junior High Math Department, and we are here to give some tips to the students and the parents on the first part of the ISTEP that is going to be occurring during the last week of February and the first week of March. One of the first things we want the students to remember is to believe in yourself, to strive to reach your highest potential, to work hard, and to do your best. Some of the tips for students to follow would be to read problems slowly and carefully and make sure that you understand what the question is asking you to do. Make sure your answers make sense and they are reasonable and that you actually answer the question.
If you get stuck on a problem, then you need to skip it and come back to it later if there is time. Show all your work, even if it is just simple mental math. Label all your answers. Make sure you are clear and detailed. Make charts, graphs, or pictures to help organize your thoughts, or even writing equations may also be helpful.
Parents, here are some tips to help your child prepare for the ISTEP. Make sure your child gets plenty of sleep and eats a good breakfast. Help your child with relaxation techniques, such as deep breathing, that can be tried if nervousness occurs during the test. Encourage your child to do well. Math is a growth subject. It takes time to learn and is all about the effort that you give. So, we encourage you to strive to do your best. We believe in you.
Hi, we would like to take a couple of minutes to give you guys some tips to take the upcoming ISTEP sessions. We're going to give you 5 tips. Tip number 1. While testing, be sure to read all parts of each question, and when you think your answer is complete, read it one more time to make sure you've answered everything. For example, this question asks for a metaphor from each of 2 poems. Make sure your answer includes both and then gives specific words from both. Tip number 2, textual evidence is a must, and you all are very familiar on how to incorporate it into your answers. But you must also make sure that your textual evidence matches the question. For example, this question is asking for words that suggest that a poem is a song. So make sure that your evidence that you put in your answer reflects that of a song. You have to make sure the question matches your answer.
Tip number 3, textual evidence is properly used with page numbers, line numbers, or paragraph numbers, as well as the direct quotes with quotation marks and in punctuation. Remember, if the passage doesn't have line numbers, number the paragraphs. Also use page numbers. Tip number 4. The 4 types of writing are argumentative. The purpose of an argumentative writing is to take a position and to have an audience to take your position seriously. Expository. The purpose of expository is to explain how or why something happened or to clarify why you feel a certain way. Persuasive. The purpose is to persuade or convince someone of something. Narrative. The purpose of narrative is to tell a story, either real or imaginative. Let's talk about 2 specific types of writing, argumentative and persuasive. These 2 types of writing are very similar. So here are some tips to help you know when to use persuasive and when to use argumentative. So argumentative. You need to study the sides of an issue, and you take one side and you argue that side of position. Then you support your side with sufficient proof. In other words, textual evidence. Make sure to present the opposite side of your issue, but you also need to identify the strengths and weaknesses of both sides. Then Conclude your argument. Do not repeat, but remind the readers what it is that is at stake. Then connect your ideas logically. In other words, use transitions between key points. And finally, for argumentative writing, you apply a formal style. You establish and maintain an objective tone. Do not use first personal pronouns such as I, me, mine. Now, persuasive. You identify a topic and you take a position, but you explain what you want or what you believe. You list many good reasons, so provide solid support for why you are right. Also, organize your key points. Order your reasons to end with your best or strongest point. Also, make sure you end with what you want. Tell the readers what you expect them to do. Make sure you express your attitude, reveal your feelings and your point of view. In this case, you may use those first personal pronouns, I, me, mine, mine. And then finally, employ exact words. Select precise words to convince your reader of your position. And we're done.
Good luck.